What's up? I'm live. I'm at Mama Wong's having a lunch set. They have a lunch set that's $5.50, and you choose like a main and a side, and then you get a free drink with it. So I got an iced jasmine tea. So I got pork and cabbage dumplings, and then fried cauliflower bites. And they give you chopped garlic and chili with it. Condiments here. This is right in Basak Lane, right where I live. I went out to Russian Market today to get a bunch of souvenirs for my family and friends and stuff because I'm going back to Canada soon. I found some stuff and then took a tuk-tuk back to my neighborhood, and then before going up all the stairs I grabbed some food I haven't eaten today. It's like 2 in the afternoon. So these are like, this is a Chinese restaurant. It's like they do handmade dumplings. And they have different kinds of dumplings, like 5 different kinds of filling in the dumpling. I got pork and cabbage, it's a really standard one. And deep fried cauliflower. These chopsticks. So who have we got here? I love raw garlic. Garlic's really good for you. It's really good. I eat a chili pepper there. Yeah, it's live. How you doing? I'm at Mama Wong's having dumplings. I think you're the only one here, but people watch it later. I've got a members section on my channel where I put more like explicit, exciting videos, but it costs $3 a month. So you can check that out if you're interested, or subscribe to the channel. I'm always putting free videos too all the time. I put videos like twice a week or sometimes 3 times, and then lives in between and shorts, so there's always stuff going up. Yeah, if you're interested in teaching too, there's a link in the description to do the same course I did. They line you up with a job after. If you already have a TEFL, they have a job placement program too, so check it out. I know you've probably heard it before, Misty, but I gotta do this as if there's other people watching it later. I guess raising it was even worse. It's like raining on and off here today. It was too bad. I was going to order some pants off from a store here that just they can deliver to you. was walking around today and I just see that store right there. I'm like, oh, I'll just get it. I'll just go in there and get it. Some jeans, and they didn't have like the kind I wanted. But I know they have it. I saw it online already. But I got a bunch of other stuff. I'm only bringing a carry-on back, so the gifts have to be tiny. Like, it can't fit too much in there. And like, where does it end? Like, I need stuff for my parents, and then my sister, and she's got 2 kids and another kid on the way, so I'm buying like baby stuff. Then you got to start choosing which of your casual friends do you like buy things for, and what do you get? And then if you buy 1 or 2 friends something, then your other friends that aren't as close will like see you buy stuff for them, and then they'll be like, well, why'd you buy them something? You didn't buy me something. And you just don't care. Sizes are pretty good. If anything, things are smaller here. Like people are smaller here. So if like a t-shirt, I have to get a large sometimes, where in Canada or America I'd be medium. And the pants, often you get your right size in the waist, and then they're not long enough because I'm really tall. I'm like 6'1", they're like 185 centimeters. So the pants like don't fall and rest on the shoe, they like stop just above your shoe. Can't see ankle, but it's like right. They need to be another like 1.5 inches longer. I mean, shoes often are hard to get if you have a big size, but I just bought shoes today actually. I can show you. They're in my bag here. I got imitation Nikes, and I really like the color on them. And they were $18. They're just called Nike. Even the box said Nike on it. They're totally trying to rip it off. Inches for what? The shoes? Oh, my height. It's 6'1". (6'1). But it's hard to find shoes. Like in shoes, they use like the European sizes, which is like, so my shoes are like 43, which is around a size 10. And I got it today, no problem, but sometimes the shoes only go up to 41, which is like maybe a 9. And it's harder to find above that. Yeah, pants. You can get pants. Like, I'm gonna get the jeans that just stop at my ankle, I don't care. And then you can see my shoes better anyway that way, but yeah, when you're tall, it's harder here. Let me show you guys the shoes I bought. I like when the underside is like this color. That was the main reasons I got it. They were only $18. So they're not real, probably not real Nike, but who cares? They just look cool. I just want shoes that I think look cool, right? I tried it on in the store, and you can tell there's not much cushion inside of it. Like, boom, it just felt like hard. It's not very cushiony inside. But you could just put insoles inside, or the shoes I'm wearing now are like cheap. I'll show you. I got these at a store here. I've had them for like over a year. They're really lightweight and really squishy and comfortable. And they're so thin, when it's windy, you can feel the wind blowing through. They're like really, really good, comfy shoes. And the inside of these cheap shoes, the the insole is like a sponge and it comes right out. So I'm thinking before I go back to Canada, I'm gonna pull them out of these shoes and put them into my Nike shoes. Then all of a sudden, the Nikes will have a squishy sponge inside. Yeah, the Nikes feel hard. Yeah, but it's $18. What are you gonna say? You can just you could put a cushion inside the shoe, right? And then it's fine. I don't want to pay, like, shoes like that are like $130. Or at least like 80. The real ones. And again, I really like, the underside of the shoe was like that gum color, like a tan color. I don't know why, I really like that. And then I really like the dark blue and the black, like I really like the colors on it a lot. I was sold on it like right away. Yeah, you can. I've seen stores with, real Nike, real Adidas, and they're like 125 or 130. You can get real ones. There's no way I would spend that. When you can get... It's not like I'm an actual Nike fan. I just want shoes that when I put them on, I feel like they look good. That's all. So why pay like $80 more? You could buy these shoes I bought and buy 4 different colors of them for the same price as one real Nikes. I was almost gonna get white ones with a black check on it, like just to have 2 pairs. The cauliflower is a good side to get here because you get a lot. I've been eating it, and this bowl's still full. Because you can order other sides like edamame or spring rolls, but the spring rolls would be like, they would just be gone in 2 seconds. This cauliflower's lasting and lasting. Yeah. Anything real is expensive because you got to import it. It's like raw garlic and chili. I like raw garlic. I know it's so strong, but it's good for you. I always feel good after I eat it. American TV. I don't watch TV at all, really, but these days there's no such thing as TV, right? You just watch everything on the internet. There's the internet here, so you just watch whatever you want. You could watch Netflix or... Well, in Canada, we have like 2 Canadian stations that we watch American TV too. These days, everyone streams everything or watches it on YouTube or Netflix or Apple or Hulu or whatever. So you can do all that. There is TV here, but I don't really know I don't watch TV at all. I watch a little bit if I'm at home and I'm eating something, then I'll put something on YouTube, and then other than that, I don't watch TV at all. I don't watch any shows or anything. It's a waste of time. There's a couple shows I like. I like watching some of the stuff with cooking shows, like with Ramsay or... There's a show called Alone by the History Channel. It's a show called Alone where they send 10 people and they put them and they're going to be totally alone, and they're spread out in the wilderness, and they have to survive for as long as they can. And each of them has like some cameras, so they document how they're staying alive the whole time. And the show, they just keep bouncing between each person to see how they're doing, and then if they start going hungry, they come and do a medical check, and they'll pull them out and say you lost because you didn't eat enough, you weren't able to eat enough and stuff. And I like those bushcraft and survival shows. Oh, so Misty's saying in Korea you couldn't stream certain sites. Now here you can. There's no restriction on anything. Yeah, I've heard that too. In Vietnam, you can't. Most adult sites are completely blocked. Like it won't even show up if you try to look for an adult site on Vietnam. But in Cambodia, it's there's no limit. Dumplings done. My only thing I would say is about this place, and it's a compliment at the same time, but they should give you, it'd be nice if they gave you 8 dumplings instead of 6, because I like them so much. The dumplings they disappear fast. If I got 8, I'd be like, oh my god, 8. Woo! This chili they gave me is popping. Woo. Misty's asking, how's seafood there? Really good. Like there's wet markets where you can. When I was just walking around Russian market today, actually, I filmed some of it. I'm gonna put that together. It'll be up in a couple of days, but there's markets where there's like big plastic bowls of water, and there's different seafood in there, like still alive, and there's like a plastic tube running from each one, making bubbles in the water so that they can stay alive in there. So there's like you can walk through, and they'll put crabs or big. I saw a shrimp today that was like the size of a small banana. Like the shrimp was like gigantic. So you can get stuff that's really fresh. But I don't cook. Really? I know how to cook. It's just a big hassle. Make a big mess. And do you think the final result would be as good as I could walk down the street and get a nice auntie to make buy a meal off them for like $3? That would be 10 times better than something I try to. And then all the ingredients they're using, if I tried to buy all those ingredients, it would end up costing me way more, and then I have all this extra leftover ingredients. It's like doesn't make sense for a single guy. So I've never really bought seafood aside from like a meal. I get sushi. Sushi's good here too. That's one thing about sushi though, it's not cheap. Sushi's like the same price as back home. What's the most popular seafood? I don't know, but there's a dish here in Cambodia that they're known for. Well, there's many, but there's one called amak, fish amak. It's like a. Comment below if I'm saying it, if you know how to describe it better. But it's like it's a fish that's steamed in a banana leaf, and it's inside of a sauce, like kind of like a curry, like some kind of a stew thing. Do you like sashimi? Yeah, me too. There's places that just sell. They're called like it would be called like salmon to go or salmon house or like salmon something. There's all these places like that, and they'll just sell you like large quantities of salmon, like cut it like sashimi. But again, that's not meant for one guy. It's like a giant platter where it's all cut up nice. It's probably good for a party or something, but. And then they have smaller ones for a single person, but it would be like $9.99 maybe or $10. I try to have my budget be like 10 bucks for the whole day of food, not a little bit of salmon and then what? Then you've spent 10 bucks already. But it'd be nice for a treat, maybe. You ever pick bananas? No. That'd be wicked to go to a banana farm. My friend in Vietnam was telling me about, he did that one time in Vietnam and it was really cool, going to a banana farm. It's like an apple orchard with little palm trees with bananas. Or they're not little banana trees, I guess. Crab's really popular here too. I've seen the delivery apps. I think it might be a bad translation because they try to translate to English, but there's places that sell crab brain soup. Holy cow. Bikes and people just rip through here like they own the road. They can get crab brain soup. Have you tried the all-you-can-eat buffet in Niagara World, Tom? It looks awesome. I've not gone to it, but I have friends that have gone to it, and they said it was almost the best experience of their life. Like, the food, just 10 out of 10, and so many options, and it exceeded their expectations. But isn't that like $30 a person? It's something like that. Maybe 25 for lunch, or that same place in he was talking about the buffet at Niagara World, which is actually really close to me. They also have lunch, I think it's Monday to Friday or certain days. They have an all-you-can-eat dim sum, which is like, like dumplings, little tiny side plates of things. If you don't know what dim sum is, maybe look it up. They do all-you-can-eat dim sum for like 23 bucks, but that's a lot. So maybe like on a special occasion or something. Am I famous here now? No, not at all. I don't even have 2,000 subscribers, right? And most of my subscribers are people that want to move here, so they're not all here. People in Cambodia don't watch my videos, right? It's people that are going to move here thinking about it. But it is happening. I've been recognized maybe 3 times in my life. Like where I'm walking around and I hear Tom, and they're seeing if it's me. And then I turn around and they're like, YouTube, right? And it's usually someone who had watched my videos for help on how to and then now they're finally here and they're like, I was watching your videos and that's like the reason I'm here now, and like stuff like that. But it's only happened twice or 2 or 3 times. And those people are probably back. I don't think they were moving here. They were just coming here to visit. So they're probably not even in the country anymore. That's the thing sometimes about making friends here. It's all temporary, right? They're gonna move on to the next country or keep backpacking or go home or. I would think you are a local celeb just because they see you shoot. No. And it's a common thing people do when they walk around here. Even if they don't have a YouTube channel, they're just doing it for themselves or their friends. Like you'll see people walking around videotaping like a lot, like tourists. So but when I do that, it's really a common thing. It just looks like everyone does that. Maybe not if I'm totally talking to my thing and really whatever, but just walking around filming like everyone's doing that, right? All the tourists. I'd say I have more clout and respect from playing bass guitar. Like I played 3 bands in Phnom Penh, and when I go back to these bars and venues that I've played at, and I'm just going back on another night, then people are, hey man, what's up? And they'll make sure they shake my hand, or they give me cheers, or they want to come talk to me or ask me questions about bass or music, because like, as if I know something. Like, I don't know, I'm like the wise old elder that knows everything. It's almost, as a musician, I almost have more respect here than a YouTuber. Gerard, he hopes to visit later in the year for a poker vacation. I've heard there's money to be made from some crazy Chinese players. Not sure if I'll stay in Niagara World or get an Airbnb. Niagara World would be very expensive, probably. Are you there, Gerard? I stayed in a hotel one time that's very close to Niagara World, actually. I don't know what your level of luxury or niceness that you need, but you could check out this place online. It's called Botum Palace. I think it's Botum, Botum Palace Hotel. And the entrance of it is kind of down a side road, like down a little alley. And you're walking through the alley, and then on your right is like a nice entrance to a hotel. And once you go in, it's like a normal, nice hotel. But it's the only slightly weird thing. You have to go slightly down an alley for the entrance. But it was a nice hotel, and it was really cheap, like in the ballpark. Now, I was there like almost 2 years ago, so it might have been cheaper because of COVID, but it's in the ballpark of probably like 20 a night or 20 to 30 a night. And it would be, I had 2 balconies, a kitchen area, a separate bedroom, a cleaning lady comes every day. Like, check it out online and you'll know your gut feeling, but that's a place you could look into at least, and then maybe you'll say, no way, I'm going to Niagara World. But you could probably save, I bet you Niagara World's more like 100 a night or something. And Botum Palace, I think there's a chance they might have been renovating, so if they made it much nicer, maybe the prices went up, but it's a hotel just like across the street from Niagara World, very close. And Gerard, the longer amount of time you stay there, you can negotiate a deal. Also, I would suggest don't book it online. Check it out online, see how much it would cost, and then don't go through with it. Find them on Facebook and send them a Facebook message. In Cambodia, everybody uses Facebook as their website for businesses and everything. I bet you'll get a response unless the time zone thing is because it's the middle of the night. But if you send Botum Palace a message on Facebook and say, I want to stay there for like X amount of days, and if it's like more than 2 weeks, they'll cut a really much better deal than a website would get you. And then the more and more, they'll have like a week and then maybe a monthly price. And you could save like probably $150 that way just by sending them a Facebook message. So I guess first, go on the booking sites so you can see pictures and you could read reviews and see the different room types, see what you like, put in your dates and see what it costs, and then don't book it there. Then send them a message and compare what you could get. I've actually done that with that hotel, and I got a really good deal. So I think sometimes like for one night it might be like $35 a night, and then you could get it as low as $20 a night if you go directly to them and cut out the booking middleman, and then also get more than one night. Like if you're getting a longer time, they'll cut you a deal. Now, if they've renovated though and made the whole place really elevated it and made it nice, then maybe now they've upped the price. I don't know, or tourism has gone up or whatever. It's got to be cheaper than Niagara World. That's all I got to say, for sure. And like one time in the kitchen, I saw a little bit of ants, but like that was the only thing I could say. And that's like normal. Like I had left an empty soda can out, but the bugs can still smell like the one drop Coca-Cola can. And there was a little bit of ants going over to find the can, so. But I had no problem at Bodum Palace, and it's kind of my fault for leaving a can out. And the cleaning ladies come every day. That's just included, so they'll take all your garbage and clean it all up, and so it's not really an issue. But if you leave garbage out and food out, and then you put do not disturb, and she's not coming in to clean, then after 3 days you could see ants maybe. But I guess that would happen if you did that anywhere, that'll happen. There's lots of like bugs in Cambodia, so if you leave food out, they'll find you, and they'll crawl up there and find it. Also, this channel's monetized. If you like what I'm doing, you like the videos, the option is available there to send a super chat or super thanks if you want to support and buy me a beer or whatever. You don't have to. I like doing these things when I'm out. If I'm sitting here eating alone anyway, might as well turn it on. Yeah, Gerard says great advice. I'll do that. Yeah, seriously, do it. Like, I know that might seem odd. Like go on Facebook and message them, but that's their official. Like almost all businesses here, they use Facebook as their main website and their main way to communicate. And then like often you can make a whole deal like I've bought shoes and clothes even through there. And sometimes they'll want to take it from Facebook Messenger and they'll say, well, what's your Telegram, bonk? Telegram is another messaging app. So sometimes they'll move it over to Telegram, and they'll tell you their ABA number. You could pay them if you have a bank account here, you could just pay them right with your phone, and then a guy on a motorcycle will just bring it to you. And that goes for like anything you want. Yeah, Gerard's asking, am I any closer to ditching teaching and doing YouTube and music full time? Well, I'm off for the summer, and then I'm supposed to go back in September, and I probably won't. So I'm pretty much doing it now, Gerard. But I don't know if I'll be able to make enough money. I've saved a lot of money, so like, I've been gearing up knowing I wanted to do this, right? I've been saving a lot. That when I go to Canada soon, I'm going to come back and bring money from my Canada account back. So all that put together, in September when I come back, in my bank account, I should have about 6 months worth of money. So even if I don't make any money, I should be able to last for like 6 months off the money I have here. But during those 6 months, I'm going to be trying really hard to make money like every day. So like I'll make some money, in gigs, but I'm worried that the online stuff's not quite kicking off fully yet, so I'll probably explore teaching online. There's a website called Cambly I'm in the middle of signing up for, where you don't really teach lessons, you just have conversations with people that want to practice their English, and you make money off that. So I think I'm gonna do that on top of trying to help people get over here and get referral commission, and then YouTube money and the memberships, and then I'm in 3 bands, and hopefully it all trickles together and is enough to scrape by. Yeah, Gerard's saying go for it. If it doesn't work, you can always go back. Yeah, I could exactly. They're desperate for teachers here. I was really good too. When I got evaluated, I always said, it's not a hard job, but for some people, it's not right for them. Like I was someone that it was really easy for me to, I don't have stage fright, or it's kind of fun, to be honest. It can be annoying, or like the worst part about it, I think, is like having to work with other people, like all the different personalities at work, and there's gossip, and then there's politics, and they start saying different rules or making you, there's so much red tape, and sign this, then sign the form, and sign that. It's not even teaching kids isn't the problem. It's like all the other BS about working in a workplace. It's so annoying. Lars says soon 2,000 subscribers. Yeah. And if you notice, Lars has a special badge beside his name in the chat there. He gets priority comments because he's become a member of my channel. It's about $3 a month, and you get exclusive videos, and I'm putting more like explicit, exciting videos. I put one there already about like laughing gas balloons they sell in the bars, and you buy it and like inhale it. And I made a whole video about that, but only for members. So if you want to be like Lars, go check it out. I'm going to post something about every 3 weeks there. Gerard, I've heard of Cambly. How much can you get per hour roughly? I think it's like $7 to $10. It's not that much because you're not actually teaching, you're just talking. And the way you make money too is by the minute, because you don't always have a conversation for a whole hour. But if you do the math for what you make per minute, I forget what it is, but it's about $7 or $10 an hour. And I think different times of the day, they have like a prime time where they need more teachers, and that's when you get paid more per minute. And then I also think I haven't signed up fully yet, so I don't know for sure, but I think they also have a separate thing on their website for young kids. And that requires a bit more, you can't just go on and go, yo, yo, yo. If it's like a 5-year-old, you have to be the right type of person and have a lot more energy and maybe a teaching experience and stuff. And so for the younger kids, I think that's where you make more like 10. And then if you're teaching at like a bad time and like older people, then it might be more like 7 an hour, something like that, between 7 and 10 an hour. But if I taught like 2 hours a day, then that's $20 a day. What's that, $600? Or if I only did it Monday to Friday, then it's $400. And that's probably all I need to close the gap between like all the other little ways I'm making money. There's also schools around here where I've moved, and I could try to look for maybe part-time. Some schools, like the school day is over at like 4:30 or whatever, and then they have like afternoon programs. Some schools do an afternoon program where they'll teach English. So like kids go to like regular school all day long, and then maybe because their parents are still at work or whatever, they send their kids to an after-school program that's like an English class. And it's like, I think they do 5:30 to 7 or something like that. And it's like you would do 2 classes in that time. And so I could go try to find one of those, like work 5:30 to 7 every day or something. Or whatever the timing is, 5 to 7. Sitting here, I got a bunch of bites. It's like you don't even feel them biting you. You just, all of a sudden, you're itchy all over. I think I got like 3 or 4 just sitting here. Just gonna check how much battery I've got left. We're still good. Well, I finished my food. I'd walk around with you guys, but I gotta use my phone to pay, so I gotta turn this off probably. Maybe I'll get them to bring over the ABA thing, and then can I pay with ABA? Maybe I'll try to do it. I'll just close this window, and so it might freeze for like a minute on you guys. But if you can hang in there, just let it freeze for a minute while I pay ABA, and then I'll be back, and then we can walk up and down, and I'll show you Basak Lane here in the daytime. And so she's gonna bring over the bill and the QR code, and then okay, thanks. Do you have, oh, is this it? Here, yeah. Okay, so hang on one sec, guys. That wasn't so bad. So I paid. Could you guys hear me while I was doing that? I wonder what happened while I closed the YouTube window and paid for a second, and now I'm back. But did it just freeze for you, or what happened for you guys? It froze, yeah. Well, now we're free. We can go explore. Thanks for hanging in there, everyone. Oh, my legs are itchy. It's always the first like 10 minutes after you get a bite, they're on fire. Oh, I left my backpack over there. Thank God I remembered. All my gifts and the shoes and everything. I knew I forgot something. Even when I stood up, I was looking around a lot like, what am I forgetting here? Yeah, it is. Beautiful city, Madeline Little says. This place is really cool at nighttime. Like all that stuff's lit up in Basak Street. Trying to think where's a good place to walk. We'll go this way. Now if my phone dies, it doesn't matter because I'm like 100 meters from my apartment anyway. I'm in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Madeline's asking where is there. Sometimes these live chat windows you can see later when I watch these live streams, but sometimes it doesn't show it. I don't know why. For me, it doesn't show it, or it only shows it on my laptop. That's why I try to repeat what people say. That's why, like when people write stuff, I usually say it out loud. There's the Greek restaurant. I was in there before. Did a video there. Everywhere you go, there's like a car coming at you or blocking the way. Or being in Russian market today, by the time I left, I was almost gonna have a nervous breakdown. Like if someone the way I can describe it is if someone's walking behind you, really up close to behind you, where they're stepping on your heels. Imagine like just 2 hours of motorcycles doing that. And you try to just step out of the way, but there's nowhere to go. So you start to freak out kind of. There was a few times today where I just stopped and I just was like, just breathe. Just stop and look and take a big breath and just stand in one place for a minute and be like, there's no rush, just okay, carry on. No one's considerate. It's not the culture here to, oh no, please, after you. It's totally the opposite. It's let me step my foot in front of you so you're not in my way. Like that's how people interact here, walk around. But not with animosity. Like they'll smile at you while they're doing it, but they'll just butt in front of you, cut you off, just completely stop walking and block the whole thing. And you want to throw your arms in the air and look at them like, are you serious? And they look at you like, oh, hello, what a nice day. They don't know. They're like blocking everything and being an idiot. Like, it's not a normal thing to consider that other people around you and where they're going. That's not a part of the culture here. They look at you like you're the one coming into my space. You walk around me. That's how it feels like. No one's told me this. This is my opinion. Wow, the street looks nice this way. Look at that. This is the Cloud Bar that I do the open mics at. It's closed right now. Hello! Did you see that? So, like, that bike just came around and I'm trying to stay as much to the side as I could, and like they're almost running over my feet. And, but it's not a conflict in their eyes. They're just like, hello! Hello, I almost ran you over. My buddy Ali that I played bands with, he lives at the end of the street, so that's how close we are. This guy comes around for recycling and garbage, and I think he can bring it somewhere and trade it in for money, and then he's squeaking, saying, I'm here, I'm here. Then people can run outside and give him their stuff. So in Toronto, no one. Lars is asking, do they say hello in Toronto? No, not if they're from Toronto. Someone says hello to you in Toronto, they're not from here. I need to get a gimbal so I can walk around and it's totally smooth. I'll take you to some tiny, dirty back alleys right through this up ahead. My buddy Ali took me through there yesterday, and you end up popping out back in Bassac Lane. Oh, about to take a step, and yeah, you want to see some local alleys? I don't know what that is. I think it's like potato and fish cakes, like crab cakes, but not crabs. So here we go. It's about to get local. Hey, buddy. Psst, psst, psst. He's looking for something. Oh, I went the wrong way. I forget where to go. I was following Ali last time. This looks right. Oh, here we go. That's the alley for the Basak lane, right here. This is what I mean. This alley's just barely big enough to walk through, then a motorcycle comes right at you there. Tom, outside of the girly bars, are the local Cambodian women open to dating foreigners? I read somewhere they're super conservative and would be shy to even be seen with a foreigner. No, they totally do. And now we're back to we basically did a big circle around everything. Yeah, poolside villas near here. But yeah, they totally date foreigners, and it's in Tinder, Bumble, all the dating apps are totally going strong. It's actually like seen as like a status symbol to be seen with a foreigner. Like it's the opposite of what you're saying. It makes them look good. But they might just be trying to get fancy dinners out of you. Kind of thing. You got to be careful what type of. That's the same anywhere though. That could happen in Toronto, but don't let them pick the restaurant. They're gonna pick some Sky Bar luxury like. But I wouldn't be dating some girl like that with like 5-inch fake eyelashes on and lip injections and stuff like that. That's the kind of girl that's going to just make you spend money on them for nothing. And they look disgusting. They look like they're having an allergic reaction or something with their stupid fake eyelashes. And big lip injections is so dumb. If you found a cool girl, it doesn't matter what. If they're cool, right? And there's many here. But the culture is still here. It's more like the culture's like, this guy's trying to ride up my ass, driving on my heels. The culture here is like the man is supposed to provide the money, and the woman is meant to put effort into being sexy and look pretty and stuff, and do and cook. And so if you're like a lady that does not know how to cook at all, and you don't know how to do your own hair and stuff like that, they look at you like you don't know the skills that a woman should have or whatever. That's sort of what I've noticed here. It's not my opinion at all. In Toronto, it's all equality, and it's just a little more old-fashioned. And then the men, you're supposed to be the one that makes the money. And in Cambodia, there's no such thing as like a proposal is not an engagement ring. You don't use a ring. You basically just give an offering to their parents. It's like the same money you would spend on a ring. You, instead of buying a ring at a jewelry store, you go and give that money to their parents. It's kind of like when you ask in America, when you ask for in America, when a man would go ask the woman's father for his blessing. You know, that's another old-fashioned thing. Like, you want their blessing to marry their daughter or whatever. That's like what it's like here. But along with that blessing, you have to give them a bunch of money. But you don't have to buy a ring. So it's like the same cost. It's just, instead of a ring, you give it to their parents. And sometimes I've heard stories where the woman's kind of pressuring you to buy a house or to build a house, like buy land and build a house, where you'll live there and her parents will live with you there. Like, I don't know much about all this stuff. That's just what I'm just spouting out what I've gathered and what I hear and stuff. I don't really date, or I've never had direct experience with that. I just hear stories and stuff. But yeah, they would say things like, women gossiping to each other would be like, you don't know how to cook? How you gonna find husband if you can't cook? Or you don't know how to do your hair, or like, you don't wear a nice dress. Yeah, Lars is saying you might have to buy them a water buffalo, like if they live out on the farm and stuff. There's different types of people here. There's more traditional, they're probably more conservative, but it's getting more and more Americanized. Like, you know, if you met a girl here that was like 20 years old, they have a lot of the same interests as an American. Like, they like Taylor Swift, they all the same clothing and brands and the same slang and the same. They like to go to the club and dance and dislikes as Americans and Canadians. It's just, if you show up and try to like date a girl, you're broke, they're going to be like, that's your only job. You're the man. You're supposed to da 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 da. So there's a little bit of that man and woman thing going on in Asia. So what sucks about that is I feel like I can't trust them, or I'm more reluctant to trust them, because all they want is to go through the motions and get free dinners and feel sexy or whatever. It has nothing to do with if they actually like me or not. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big waste of my time and money. Anyways, I'm sweating like crazy. So I'll show you. I just came around that corner where that car is. That's where I walked out, came around that corner. And then right here is my, so that's how close I am. That's my building. All right, we're gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. Until next time, remember, how you spend your days is the way you spend your life. It's never too late to start tripping out.